Hello, this is Vince Hughes with Steel Estimating Solutions. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you what I call the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard. Me and my son have been working on this over the last year. I have kept it pretty quiet because I wanted to make sure I could do what I thought I could do and make the software do what I thought it could do. And we are now at that point to where we've completed it, and it's ready to go out to all my clients, and I'm excited to get it to you guys' hands because this is going to be a true game changer. This video, I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. There's a lot to show you here, and I'm not going to show you every feature, but I'm going to key on some of the highlights. So we're sitting here looking at it right now. Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard. It's going to look like your typical type software, takeoff software. A couple cool things in here. We have the ability to have light mode or dark mode. Myself personally, I'm more partial to the light mode, but that does give you an option on the modes. I come over to display size. We have the ability, if we're on a smaller monitor, we can scale it down to 75%. Everything changes. Make it large, make it real big if you have a hard time seeing like me. And then we come down to medium. And that's pretty much where I run it at. Now to start this off, we're going to open up document control. Document control is where we're going to bring in our plans. So basically we got to import the folder where the plans are at. Let me do that real quick. To start with, we're just going to select the plan folder itself. When we do that, it's going to pull the plans in. And then once the plans come in, they're there. At this point, the next thing we're going to do is flatten the drawings. As you know, a lot of PDFs have multiple markups on them. So when they come in, they could have 15 layers on the drawing. That will slow down the processing of the PDF. When you change a page, it makes it change slow. So we flatten the drawings. In the past, I've always used Takeoff. Sold that to many of my clients. Great software, amazing software, in fact. But the challenge with that is I would have to use Bluebeam to label drawings because plans would come in not labeled. They'd come in not flattened. So I'd have to use the software Bluebeam, which is a great software as well, to go in and flatten and label all my drawings. And then I'd also have to slot in addendums. And you guys all know that process of what a pain it is. So what I've built here with document control inside of the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard is the ability to bring in our plans, flatten them, and then I'm going to have the system auto-label them for me. And then once I do that, I'm going to bring in addendum 1. It's going to replace all the drawings. Addendum 2, addendum 3, so on and so forth, until we all the addendums replaced in the bid set. And then the system is going to create the bid set, and I'll hit a button and it will send it into the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard. So now we've got our sheets all labeled. We can scroll through here real quick. We can see them. I'm going to take a lot of time here. And the next thing I'm going to do now is auto label the drawings. It's already, the classification is already complete, so they're already labeled. And then I'll come over here. I got to confirm my base set. So I had to run through there and make sure everything's right. Once I confirm it, as soon as I hit confirm, it'll say okay. And then it opens up a button where I import addendum. So I'm going to come in to the same folder. Go into the project, grab the addendum folder, and select it. It's going to go through here and analyze the addendum folder for me, and come back with all the plans and a cover sheet of what happened within that addendum. Went through, it has a triage report. It's going to come through and tell me all the narrative of what's changed, bid scope, structural divisions, 16 of them. There's new drawings. So by process addendum, Now, once it's showed the change, now it's going to go in and it's going to find all the plans, label them, flatten them, and then insert them into the bid set and supersede the base bid plans with the new addendum 1 drawings. The AI goes through and confirms all the changes in addendum 1. You'll see here it replaced A420. The base set got removed. We ended in A420 addendum 1. We see architectural, general, structural, all those plans got changed. And then there's some new drawings that came in that wasn't in the base set that got put in. I've already told the system to delete all plumbing, electrical, and mechanical and all that stuff. So it's just automatically going to exclude those because we don't need to see them. And then I have to acknowledge these structural changes and confirm addendum 1. Now that dumps that into the base set. If I come over here and if I scroll down a little bit, these all say base set, base set. I might have to go down a ways to find some addendum 1s that change. But now we'll start seeing the addendum 1s come in. So now it'll flag that in the little view here that those are addendum 1s. So now we got to go to addendum 2. So it's a process. I've got to go to each addendum, import it in. And as you guys know, this is a pain in the butt process. It takes a long time. What's nice about this is in the morning we can get our job start up, start getting to the process addendums. We can start doing other things, check emails while it's checking the addendums on the processing it, building our plan set. And we can take care of other things instead of wasting our time going through folders upon folders and files upon files that don't even pertain to us as a steel erector, but yet we have to go through all the content to verify we don't need to see it. Now we're going to take the heavy lifting off, give it to the AI, let him do all that stuff while we answer emails or do whatever activities we need to do through our course of business. Now we see the confirmed changes for the addendum 2. Once again, you'll see replace and so on and so forth. Come on down. You'll see all these things that don't get added, specifications, because they didn't really pertain to us. So I'm going to confirm addendum 2. And now that's inserted into the set. Move on to addendum 3. And I know you guys know what I mean of the painful process of going through these plans when we get a huge drawing, a folder with a ton of plans that are just no rhyme or reason. They're just dumped in a folder and given to us. So addendum 3 comes in. It contains exclusive MEP and electrical revisions. It has nothing to do with it. So process is addendum. Going to classify the pages. And then we can move on to addendum 4. So confirm 3, import addendum, finally get to the last addendum in this project. I guess I shouldn't have picked a project that had so many addendums, but really want you guys to see the pain point because I know you feel it. Addendum 4 only had text pages, no plans, bid security requirement, deleted, bid date revision, change the bid date. Acknowledge and close. And now I'm going to do one more time. I'm going to, at this point, we're done. We're ready to send it into the Steel Erection Bid Wizard. So or the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard, I should say. So now we're done. We got our bid set all built in with all the addendums added, updated. And then there's addendum 2, addendum 2. I'm sure we keep going. We'll find addendum 3. Oh, no, addendum 3 imported had no drawing. So that's it. So now we got a complete bid set. This bid set is ready to go into the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard. All we do is hit create project. I'll have to name it. Just paste it in there. Create project. Save it to the file that will save the takeoff that we do into the job folder. And now if we look, the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard is now loading up with the project that we just created. Show you a couple cool things here. We got these buttons here. A will take me directly to the architecturals. C, of course, will take me to the civils. S will take me to the structurals. Now I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to talk about the setup process. Like I say, it's just like your typical takeoff software. We're going to be able to do a takeoff because the system's going to count all beams and shear studs on automation, which is going to take that off our plate, which is amazing, and it does that in seconds. But we still have to do a takeoff. We still have to go to all the details. We got to look at everything. So we got to set up this plan. So the set plan is very simple. We just come through real quick, set scale, 1/8 inch equals a foot, verify scale. So then I have to come and take a dimension, and you'll see that mark is in green. So I verify the scale is correct. Second thing I do is set the search area, because I don't want to have the AI count beams and notes. So I set the search area, go to the next page, set scale. Now I'm going to go through this whole thing so you guys can see how quick this actually is going to be now to set up the process for doing a takeoff. Set search area, next page, set scale. And we have to verify the scale on every page just because we set the scale don't mean it's right. But we run through here relatively quick, set scale and set search area. I didn't set the search area, I don't think. I better do that. Back. It is, of course, important to set the search area because you could have beams and notes. I'll mess that one up. There we go. Set search area. I'll set search area right away. Set scale. Verify scale. I guess I could have picked a smaller job to do a demo on, but we might as well get the full gist of what this software can do. So now we got our brace frames. So these are all detail pages. Of course, I would count these brace frames as I set them the details, but here's the powerful of setting the details in the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard. Those people that have been using Takeoff, you guys know the challenge and the time it takes to set up detail pages. That's where this is going to really shine as well. So all I have to do is go to my first detail page, come over to add detail pages and click it. It automatically adds it in. Go to the next page, hit add detail page, next page, add detail page, next page, add detail page, add detail page, add detail page. Just keep on going through all the detail pages, add them into here, which we can do super, super quick by just clicking to the plans and adding it to the details. Absolutely don't need that. So then that takes us to the end of the project. All the detail pages are in there. And if we come back to our first page, we see the letters are bolded. That's also where we got the pages set up at. So we know just to come right back there, we're going to do our takeoff. And just to talk about the detail pages, what that feature is, if I click on it, open a new view window, this opens up, brings in all the plans that we set up for detail pages. Let me build that real quick. Then I'll full zoom this. This one will actually go on your other computer, on your other monitor. And then we have the ability when I've got to go to detail on S513, I hit the switch page and I'm immediately at that detail page. And so now I'm doing is looking left to right to do my takeoff of my details. Makes that process very simple, very smooth. I get to look at that detail on my other monitor while I'm doing the takeoff. It makes it very easy. So now we're set up ready to do the takeoff. So we come here, we got beams, columns, we got some joists. So just to kind of show this here, I come up here, my AI buttons, count beams, count shear studs. This floor doesn't have any shear studs, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit count beams, and you will see all the beams already got counted in seconds. They got them into the Bid Wizard categories, 12 to 14, 6 to 10, 24, 27, 16, 21, already all in location to do it. And I'm going to go to the next page just to, well, let me show you how we count joists just so you see that. These are little 10-foot joists here. The joist spacing, let's see. I'm just say it's 5 foot. You want to be accurate on this because the way we have this set up for joists is important to be accurate because it comes off of spacing. So these are 10-foot joists. So I'm going to come to my joist, get my 10-foot joist. I'll come over to the right-hand side, say on centers. Tell the system those joists are 5 foot on centers. That is the default spacing. And then all I have to do is come here and click there to there, there to the next beam, there to the next beam. And this is counting 5 foot on centers. And the spacing's off a little bit. I need to probably measure it, but if you look real close, you'll see little dots, little triangles. That's showing the spacing of the joist. So it gives you a visual that, hey, this joist, the spacing is off. And so you got to make sure you measure the joist spacing before you just put 5 foot. If it's 5'2", you got to put 5'2". If it's 6'4", you got to put 6'4", so the spacing will be correct. But it just makes it very quick to be able to take off joists. It's just a matter of telling it what the spacing is, click starting point, click any point, and it's going to count them joists for you. I'm going to jump to the next page, and I'll do a little quick takeoff on the angle as well, just to show you this process. But let's count the beams. Just counted them all. Put the little legend up. We just counted quite a few beams. Hit count shear studs. It just counted the shear studs. Let's see, 1,964 of them. Now we're going to come and we're going to from the next page, we do the same thing. Count beams, count shear studs. Now you see all the shear studs are counted. 2012. Go to the next page. Count beams, count shear studs. Next page. Count beams, count shear studs. Next page. Count beam, count shear studs. Count beams. And of course, there's no shear studs on that roof, so it's not going to count no shear studs. But we basically just took off, just so you see, if I come to the Bid Wizard report, we just counted 1,153 beams and 11,320 shear studs. And we did that basically in seconds. Now let's just come back here. We'll talk a little bit about taking off printer angle. Not a big deal, but I do want to show you the feature here that we have to speed this whole process up. There will be a time where we're going to have this printer angle. We're going to be able to hit this AI button, and it's going to mark the printer angle. We're not quite there. It's coming. Same thing with safety cable and decking. But my goal is to get this out in your guys' hands, get using it, because right now with what it does, it's going to speed everything up substantially. I'm not going to get too accurate on this because I'm not doing a takeoff. I'm just kind of showing you a demo here. Well, kind of mess that all up, but we're good. You'll get the idea. Then, as you guys know, we have safety cable and angle going around the floor shafts. So myself, when I got angle going all the way around, I will take all the angle off like this around all these shafts. The reason I do that is because it's going to make it simple to get my safety cable done as well. So now we got that angle done. What I'll do is I'll just simply copy that and paste it. I'll drag it down into place, right click, edit the trace, and then there's a button called quick hits. We change that to safety cable, change task. And just so you know, when you got safety cable selected, you come down here, it's going to tell you how many turnbuckles you need and how many cable clamps you need to install that cable on the floor, which is a really good thing to know. Then I paste it one more time, that angle, right click, edit trace, quick hits, change the safety post, change task. Now that's changed the safety post. And if I click on this, you will see we just got 107 safety posts, 8 foot on centers, which is what OSA says we got to put them. And you also notice here, again, that little yellow dot, that's specifying that's every 8 foot. That way it's just a visual that, hey, yeah, this is taking this off on centers. Now we did that, I can just paste it one more time. That angle, pull it over here. Right click, edit trace. Go to the full library, come down to decking. It's 3-inch deck, change task. Now I just took off the deck. So off that one takeoff angle, I changed this. Well, off that one takeoff of angle, I got my safety cable, my safety post, and my deck in very, very quick fashion. When I'm done with the takeoff, hold the shift key, rope it around. I have come up here to my takeoff breakdown. And if I hit autofill, it's going to pull in S103, second floor, labels it for me. I don't have to do that no more. Go to the next page and watch this. Let me just show you this too, just for the heck of it. Hold the control key down. Let me get all these out a little bit. Let me just show you something cool here. Let me get this out of the way. So now what I can do is control, get all these. I could right click, add these to my project favorites. Just for example, say the favorites. And if the building was typical, I just sit there and do that now and then drag these right out onto the floor. And now that angle's took it off on that floor too. Just a way to simplify that whole process of getting your takeoff done. Then when we're done, we come to Bid Wizard report. There's all the information. Of course, I didn't finish the bid, but there's all the information. Bid Wizard task. And we import that into the Steel Erection Bid Wizard, and then we got our erection prize. I think you are going to be able to see the power, what the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard can do for your takeoffs, how it can speed you up. Let the AI in the system handle the mundane things that takes our time, that has to be done. But now we let the system do those things where we can spend our time where it matters in the details, because we all know that's where the money's lost at, is in the details. It's not counting beams. We missed a few beams or some shear studs in a takeoff. We don't lose any money. Oh, we could lose money, but it's not drastic. It's not what kills us. What kills us is the details. That's where we lose our money. And so now we can spend time in the details, let the AI take care of the mundane things that are very important, but let the AI do it and let us as a human overview it. As you can see here, if the beam's not counted, it's not colored. So it's very easy to see. So for example, if I remove this one right here, it's very easy to see when I'm going through the details and I zoom in. Oh, that was not counted. So now all I have to do is come over here, because it's a AI. You might have some beam missing, and you take off, it has beams missing all the time, and I still have to go count them. So it's still not going to be 100%, but I will tell you it's probably 98%. You see right here, these 999s, it's not counting those shear studs. That is something we're still working on to get the system to calculate that out. But it's little things like that. This is getting ready to go into beta. I've got this thing dialed in, I believe, where it's going to be on the money before I get it in your hands. That has been my goal. That's why I haven't said nothing for a year. It is my goal to get this thing dialed in, so when it gets in your hands, you can 100% trust it. But it's coming, and it's I'm hoping to have it in your hands very, very quickly. But I hope you can see the power of what the Steel Erection AI Takeoff Wizard can do for you and your company. And I look forward to working with you guys throughout the coming years.